Hi, I'm Stacy Sanseverino with Keller Williams Realty and PhillyLiving.com. Thanks for tuning into my series on Knowledge is Power for Buyers. Today's segment is about what to expect when you're expecting to buy Philadelphia real estate, that is. I have four topics that I wanted to briefly touch upon. The first is a home warranty. A home warranty is a third-party insurance policy that covers the systems in the home after settlement. It goes for a 1-year period and typically costs around $500 to purchase. If you are a first-time home buyer, that might give you peace of mind that if anything breaks in the home during your first year, that it would be covered for a small deductible. Like many insurance policies, there's fine print. So you want to make sure that you research and get the best policy that fits your needs. And typically there are add-ons, so not all the appliances are included, and also it typically doesn't cover the roof. We may include the request in the offer for the seller to pay for this as a negotiation tactic, and we'll talk more about that when we meet. The second topic I wanted to bring up was condos and homeowners associations. So condos and homeowners associations basically govern the rules and the maintenance of the common areas. So a great example of a condo would be a building that has 50 units in it, it's 10 stories, and there's 5 units per floor. So there's going to be a governing body that's made up of the owners of that condo building. And then it may be professionally managed by a property association. So if you really want maximum control over the place where you live, then maybe a condo is not right for you. A lot of people ask me, or tell me that the condo fees are a waste of money. Well, what they really do pay for are the exterior and roof maintenance. When you're a homeowner, you may not pay a monthly fee for those items, but you'll still need to be saving up for that because when that roof needs to be replaced, you're going to be 100% in charge of that. The next topic I want to talk about was new construction. So depending on where you're at in the new construction process, you may or may not have as many inspections. So the earlier in the process, you may have limited access to the property and you'll go and check on it once in a while to see the progress. When we do inspections, the final inspection, you'll generally be generating a punch list for the seller to complete. Sometimes they get to things before settlement, but sometimes there'll be a punch list that will survive settlement, meaning that they might do it within 30 days. New construction, also, I would always say with new construction and a condo, because they're a little bit more complicated and the agreements of sale for new construction in particular are very seller-centric, you're going to want to have an attorney review any documents that are aside from the agreement of sale. Because I'm not a lawyer and I don't want you to miss out on a key piece of information that will affect your ownership. And then many new construction properties come with what's called a tax abatement. So when they're started, they are for a period of 10 years. Let's say you buy a property that was renovated or built 5 years ago, you might only have 5 years left on the tax abatement. But generally speaking, a tax abatement freezes the assessed value of a property such that if the property values in the area increase, your property's assessed value will be frozen for 10 years. The way Philadelphia picks out its taxes for every property is they multiply the assessed value by the tax rate. So if the city council increases the tax rate for everybody, even though you have a tax abatement, your taxes could go up. It's going to be a lot more minimal than if the assessed value went up. But for example, if let's say the vacant land that your new construction house was built on was worth $30,000, so you multiply $30,000 times 1.32, that is the multiplier for the tax rate, and you'll get your amount of taxes for the year. If let's say your building improvements are $200,000, you're saving on $200,000 times 1.32 in taxes over that course of that 10 years, which equals thousands of dollars. If the city council raises that rate to, let's say, 2%, then you can see that your $30,000 assessed value times 2% will increase your taxes, but not as dramatically as if your total assessed value was $230,000. So a 10-year tax abatement is going to save you a lot of money over the long run, but your taxes could go up if the city council does raise the tax rate. I hope this segment was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them during our buyer consultation. I'm Stacy Sanseverino, Keller Williams Realty, Keller Williams.